Hey, this is Tim Gallo. I'm here in West Hollywood, California at Amoeba Records with my friend Greg Weissman, who's filming, and this is what's in my bag. Okay, so this is my first time at any Amoeba Records, and I'm a huge fan of the YouTube series where they interview all sorts of musicians and celebrities, things like that. And they pick out stuff and then they talk about what's in it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so the first thing I picked up was Souvenir by Pop Etc. So a little background about this band. They used to be called the Morning Benders, and they put out a pretty great record in 2010, and then were forced to change their name because it's derogatory in Europe for some reason, the Morning Benders, and this is their most recent release. Another fun fact is a coworker of mine, Cyrus Chu, is cousins with one of the guys in this band. So I think we're going to see them next month. I think we're on the guest list. I hope so. So let's make that happen, all right? Maybe you can come too, Greg. It's at Le Poisson Rouge. So okay, this next record is Leave Me Alone by Hins, and this band has been kind of blowing up recently. They're from Barcelona, Spain, and I actually haven't listened to this record at all yet. I've listened to all of the singles they put out in the last 2 years, and I got the 10-inch EP collection of those singles, and the music is great, and I mean, they're also all really hot, so part of this purchase is influenced by the fact that I'm very attracted to all members of this band. They're very cute, so call me members of that band. So next I have the Beatles Anthology Volume 2. This is probably my favorite of the Beatles Anthology collections out of all three. I remember when these came out, we were kids. I think I was in probably elementary school or something, and they had that Free as a Bird song that was released that no one had ever heard before. But this record is particularly my favorite because there's this very early cut of Fool on the Hill. It's not the version that was released on Magical Mystery Tour or whatever. Is it? That's on Magical Mystery Tour, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's a different version. It's an earlier version. I actually prefer it a lot more than the final cut of that song, so that's why I'm getting this. Okay, so next we have Gong. I discovered this band through my Uncle Nick's record collection. He has a ton of records by this band and associated bands out of the Canterbury scene in the United Kingdom, which were a bunch of really jazz prog bands from the 60s and 70s. And it's some of the most intense music I've ever seen, and I actually don't really like it that much, but I don't have this copy, and I have a pretty extensive collection of Gong, the Soft Machine, and Robert Wyatt, stuff like that, so I just wanted it, and I kind of waste money by doing things like this, so that's why I got this. So I don't really like the music, but I appreciate it. Okay, this one. So I know we're on the West Coast, but I kind of picked up a couple of DC area bands. It's funny because I feel like I've only been there 3 or 4 times, but I really have a huge affinity for Dischord Records and Team Beat Records. And this is one of my favorite Dischord bands ever, Q and Not You. I actually have the repress of this album, but this is an early pressing or an original pressing, so I definitely wanted to get it so I could have an original pressing of this record. Okay, and so since we are in LA and I'm wearing an off shirt, I felt the need to get this 7-inch collection of the first 4 EPs, which actually aren't the first 4 EPs. It's just a play on the, I believe that early Black Flag thing where it was the first 4, whatever. But so this is an LA-based band. You know, Keith, whatever his last name was, he was in the original incarnation of Black Flag and later the Circle Jerks, and this band is awesome enough for me to wear a shirt, and it's Los Angeles, so that's where we are. Okay, so finally I have 2 DC-based 7 Inches. The Dusters, who went on to be the Capital City Dusters, is another Discord band. And Tuscadero, which is actually one of my favorite bands on the Teen Beat Records label. These were really, this is $2. These are each $2, and I love both of these bands. It's funny, I think the guy, Alex Bourgeois, I don't even actually know his name, I'm just reading it on the back, but I'm pretty sure he does like mail order stuff for Discord, and I emailed him before about some issue I was having with an order when I ordered something from Discord, and he wrote back to me. I almost said I'm a huge Capital City Dusters fan, but I resisted. And Tuscadero, they actually played some kind of show a couple of years ago at the Bell House in Brooklyn. They hadn't played for like 15 years, and I didn't go. Disappointing, I would have liked to go. So this band is really good. Teen Beat Records, Washington, D.C. area. And that's it. That was what was in my bag. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to, how am I gonna get this stuff on the plane? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. And this was really enjoyable, and I'm gonna put this on YouTube and other places. So thanks. It's raining here. I hope the weather gets nicer, but Craig and I are having a great time. Bye. Oh my God, that was awesome.